And you can, like I said, go up to 16 different computers. Now, keep in mind, if the customer wants to be able to play music that's stored on a computer, the computer has to be turned on. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, I know. If the customer says, well, I don't want to leave my computer on all the time, then recommend that they get a NAS drive. Network attached or network access storage. You know, it's a hard drive, connects right into the router. You can then take all of their music, or they can take all of their music off their computers, slide it onto that NAS drive, and now their computers don't have to be on. All their music resides right on a hard drive connected to the router. It's always available, and they've got their music 24 hours a day at the touch of a button. That's how I set mine up. After about a week of figuring I don't want to have all my computers on all the time, this kind of silly. I got 5 computers on 24 hours a day. I can only imagine what my electric bill is going to look like at the end of the month. I'm going out and picking up a NAS drive. I slid everything over.
You can create separate share folders.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So NAS drive is a great way to go. What sets us apart from that makes us better than a standard Wi-Fi network? Standard Wi-Fi network is kind of like this freeway here with all of this congestion. And with standard Wi-Fi, what happens is you add more and more components in the home to a standard Wi-Fi. Yeah, brings it all down, starts to bog it down, starts to slow it down. Also, you can start to run into distance issues. What happens as you get further and further away from that router?
Bogging out, lose connection.
Lose connection, you're losing signal strength. All of a sudden, it just goes away. So what we have with Sonos, we create our own network. When you connect this to your wireless router, we do not use the wireless router's signal whatsoever. We bypass the Wi-Fi signal and we create our own wireless network. It's just like we created our own express lane on that freeway. We've got this all to ourselves, no congestion, it's just us. Also, were you going to sneeze? Oh, okay. I was going to say bless you. So now that we've created our own wireless network, we're not piggybacking off the wireless router. Other cool thing about our system is because it is what's called our Sonos Net. It's a mesh network. Every one of our pieces is not only a transmitter, but also a receiver and repeater. So as this sends out the signal, this one picks it up, and this one rebroadcasts, and this one picks it up and rebroadcasts, and rebroadcasts. And the more Sonos components you add into the home, the stronger your network gets versus being bogged down. So some advantages to this are some things to keep in mind on large projects. If you've got a home that's over 4,000 square feet and they're doing more than 6 zones, we do recommend, just because of distance issues, that you do, if you can, hardwire a couple of those components into the network, if at all possible, just so you don't end up with distance issues that can have the system possibly go down. Now, as far as overcoming some potential issues or challenges that can happen while you're doing your install, this is rule number 1. If you can just take one thing away from this from an install point of view today, this is the most important thing. If you have spent more than 5 minutes trying to troubleshoot a Sonos issue, you've spent 3 minutes too long. Stop what you're doing, and we've got some suggestions on where you can find the answers, okay? Because we've got a couple different ways to make sure you're taken care of, because we realize time is money as well. If you can get to the next job, it's better off for you. It's also better for the customer if they can be listening to music as soon as possible as well. So, a couple issues. Issue number 1, the controller isn't connecting to the system. Well, it could be that the zone player or the controllers fail to get an IP address from the network. Maybe something's wrong with the network. Or potential firewall issues with it being blocked. Here's some things to check for. Go to your Sonos app. On your Sonos app, go into Settings, and then click on About My Sonos System. It will then show all the different players and if they've got an IP address. All the IP addresses should be similar. Should be similar, 192.168.something.whatever. You can see here, .1, .106, .1, .103, they should all be very similar. If they're not, could be IP address issues. If so, next place to check is the computer. Go to your computer. If it's Windows-based, go into the command prompt at CMD, enter, type in ipconfig, and see if even the computer is getting an IP address? If it is, okay, we're going to move on to the next step to see what the issue is. If you're on a Mac, same difference. Type in terminal, type in IP config, and see if you've got an IP address from your Mac computer. Could also lie within your router. You know, your router DHCP table. Check the DHCP table on your router. See if all of your zone players show up. You know, your router may be set up to only distribute a limited number of IP addresses. You know, maybe it's set up to distribute 8 IP addresses. And when you get there to the home, they've already got 4 things plugged into the router. So you know that the router's already distributed 4. It's probably, not only that, they probably got maybe a laptop or something else, maybe 2 other things getting it wireless. So there's 6. So you know that it's consumed 6 out of the 8. And here you're trying to put 4 zones in the house, and it's not seeing all 4 zones. Go in and see if you can see all of them, and if you have to open up the router and tell the router, hey, instead of just distributing just 8 IP addresses, why don't reconfigure it to distribute, 25, 30, 50, 200, whatever it is, to open it up to allow the router to then be able to distribute IP addresses to everything. If you've done all of that and everything is still good, could be a firewall issue. If it's a firewall issue, we've got a great resource for you. It's on our website. It's on Sonos.com. You click on support and you go to the frequently asked questions section. Our FAQ section is phenomenal. In fact, other companies tell us all the time that they use our website to troubleshoot their stuff, because that's how much info is on there. Go into the FAQ, type in firewall. It'll bring up all the different things we have around firewall. In fact, even brings up one to see how you can reconfigure your customer's firewall software. Go in, what operating system are they using? Is it Windows or is it Mac? Say it's Windows. What manufacturer firewall? Norton. What firewall version? Norton 360. Hit go, and then it gives you the instructions on how to reconfigure Norton 360 to allow Sonos to get past the firewall. The frequently asked questions section, 9 times out of 10, will give you the answer to virtually any issue you're running into out there. It's right available on our frequently asked questions section. That's what I recommend is going to for your first place to find out where to be able to solve things. Another potential issue, an additional zone fails to connect. Maybe you're doing 4 zones and 3 of them connected fine and the 4th one didn't. Well, could be that it's wireless range issues or wireless interference. If it's a wireless range issue, the easiest thing is maybe this one's not connecting, but those other 3 did. Unplug it and move it closer to the other 3. Plug it in and see if it connects. If it does, and now it connects, you realize it's a distance issue. If it happens to be a situation where you're a large project and you've got everything in like one command center, but it's in one command center, it creates kind of like this wireless bubble out here, and maybe your controller or your other devices are sitting just too far outside of that bubble to connect to everything. At this point, that's where you would take a couple extra bridges where that bubble is, plug in a couple bridges towards the fringe area of the bubble so that they can pick up the signal and rebroadcast it out, and now make your net even bigger around the house. Yeah, exactly. Make your cloud even bigger. You can use a bridge or you can use a dock. Maybe they like the advantage of some of the things that you can do with the dock. The dock can not only then extend the range, but they can get some use out of it as well. So find out which solution would work best for your customer. If it's interference, problems with interference, the #1 issue we have with interference is 2.4 gigahertz phones from the 90s. Back in the 90s, they were making these, the frequencies just bled all over the place. I mean, they were just broadcasting, just nasty frequency going everywhere. Plug it in, interference, take a look at your customers' phones. If their phones are 15 years old, the fix, have your customers get new phones. They're 15 years old, phones aren't that expensive, That's a quick fix, get them taken care of. The other thing that could possibly be is that routers also work off of the 2.4 gigahertz signal as well, work in that spectrum. Check out you check out kind of what's going on in the house, and we'll get to that in a second, but you can also go to your Sonos controller, go into settings, go into advanced settings, and find out what channel your Sonos system is broadcasting on. When you initially set it up, Sonos is going to look for the best channel possible, because we broadcast on either channel 1, channel 6, or channel 11. And it's going to try and look for the one that has the least amount of traffic. Sets it there, well, maybe it didn't pick the right one the first time around, or maybe things changed all of a sudden. Maybe somebody was on the phone when they were trying to set this up, and it screwed up the frequencies that were going on at that time. So you can go in and you can change it. Change it from 1 to 6, or from 6 to 11, or so forth. See if that takes care of the situation. You can also check what's going on in your customer's home. Got some free programs and apps that will allow you to do this. You can go to metageek.net. They've got a free program called Insider, N-S-S-I-D-E-R, that you can download for free, put it on your laptop, plug into it, and it will analyze all of the wireless signals that are going on in your customer's home. So not only do we have this for your laptop, there's a bunch of free ones now for your iPhone and your Android phone as well that are wireless frequency analyzers. You can download those for free, put them right on your smart device, just click it and hold it up, and it'll tell you if there's a bunch of traffic on 1 and a bunch of traffic on channel 11, but channel 6 is pretty light, well then that's the channel that you should set Sonos at. Are we good? Yes, sir.
Looking to go to 5 gigahertz, because you can tell your customer to change their phone, you can't tell their neighbor to change their phone. I'm in New York City, I'm staff.
Yeah, good point. I haven't heard of anything.
No, I know it is something that's being looked at.
You just go through a true N and just get rid of the 2.4.
I don't know exactly how it would be implemented, to be honest.
Yeah, good question. Did I throw you a shirt yet?
Yeah, but you might want to pack.
Oh.
You get that one.
Oh. Here's some ways that you can get answers. Our technical support. Our customer service is all in-house. We don't farm it out. It's not on the other side of the planet. You're talking to somebody that's right there in the Sonos office. So they're going to be able to take care of you. They deal with this all the time. Now, as we are growing and becoming a bigger company, this line is getting called more and more. So if you happen to get on the line and there isn't somebody available for you, you can leave your number and they will call you back, so you're not sitting there on hold. You can also call them if you know you're going to a customer's house, and you know that you're going to a customer's house and you would like their assistance. You can call them up ahead of time and say, you know what, I got an appointment at 1 o'clock this afternoon at a customer's house. Can you call me, at 1:15? So once I get there, I'd like your assistance to be able to see what's going on and get them taken care of. And they will call you at 1:15 when you're in the house. But if you're going to call customer support, we highly recommend, because they're going to ask you, is to submit a diagnostic. Go into your settings, go into advanced settings, and click Submit Diagnostics. You've got to submit that diagnostic within 20 minutes of whatever issue that's taking place. So, as long as that issue's taking place, if it's taking place right then and there, cool. Hit Submit Diagnostics, because the diagnostics takes a snapshot of what's been going on with your Sonos system for the last 20 minutes. And then that way technical support can see it, go, okay, I see what's been happening for the last 20 minutes, here's the issue. They can even, a lot of the time, remotely go in there and go and get you taken care of, and you're in and you're out of there, so we want to make sure that it works. Yes?
Can you guys move that up closer to the user interface? I can call my customer and say, press settings, press submit diagnostics. Usually they lose you at settings, scroll down to advanced settings, and then you're just like, can you just come over? I'm serious,
Sure.
Can you please come over?
Oh, sure, I can, for whatever your service charge
Right.
is. Yeah.
But if you move that to just under settings, press submit diagnostics, then
It's good,
you just move it closer.
yeah, we'll take any suggestions, it's a good suggestion, absolutely. Other thing is, if a lot of customers are sitting there pressing it, going submit diagnostics, our technical support's been getting all these submit diagnostics from all over the place, going, well, what's going on, why am I getting flooded with it? So, but yeah, great suggestion. Definitely throw that, run that one up the flagpole as well. Well, it's not just our customers that tell us that they love our products, it's also the industry. We've won virtually every award out there for our products from the industry, but we find even more valuable is what Main Street has to say about our products as well. You know, like people like at the Wall Street Journal. The Sonos system is easily the best musical streaming product I have seen and tested. It's the Lexus of the category. It's Wall Street Journal. Even Rick Rubin of Rolling Stone. Rick Rubin has seen the future of the record industry, and it is sitting in his living room. And he's sitting in there about himself. And he's talking about all of his Sonos gear. So, you know, what our customer surveys, they rate our equipment, 99.1% of our customers rate our equipment in the good to excellent category. We have phenomenal love from our customers. In fact, our customers, 97% of our customers say that they would recommend Sonos to family and friends. My question is, what's up with the other 3%? They live in New York. Could very well be. You know, when we take a look at things for your business, here's some things around your business.